Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I have some exciting Pokemon Sleep stuff to share with you guys. So as you may know, a couple of months ago, it's been hinted in the game that there would be a new game mode that will be coming, which would bring about a new experience when it comes to utilizing the Pokemon that you befriend. And this was also mentioned in one of the developers' interviews when they were doing the handover of development. So the time has finally come. It's been radio silence about that ever since then, but we finally have some news as to what this new game mode looks like. So let's take a look at it together. Alright, so this was released just today, and this is the maintenance inversion update 2.9.0. We're going to skip the maintenance inversion updates for now. We're going to go straight into what the new game mode looks like, and then we're going to take a look at the maintenance stuff. Alright, so features slated for future updates. So this is not going to be implemented into the new maintenance version coming soon, but they are teasing us as to what we can expect in future updates. So introducing Expert Mode. A new challenging game mode will be added in an update around the end of July or early August. In this new mode, there will be ways for all kinds of helper Pokemon to contribute. It will be more difficult to raise Snorlax, but you will be able to get more rewards than ever before. Prepare for Expert Mode by befriending and raising many different kinds of Pokemon. So this is a requirement for unlocking Expert Mode if your Snorlax's rating reaches Master 18 on Greengrass Isle. Expert Mode will be available to play on Greengrass Isle. Note: if you've already met these requirements, Expert Mode will unlock as soon as it is added to the game. So it seems for right now, Expert Mode is only available for Greengrass. I'm guessing because they want to see how well played it will be or how well received it will be, and then take feedback from that and bring it onto the other islands. So min-maxers all over the world, rejoice for this. Snorlax's favorite berries for the week will be divided into one main favorite and two sub-favorites. Pokemon that gather Snorlax's main favorite berry will receive various helping related bonuses. On the other hand, Pokemon that don't gather any of Snorlax's weekly favorite berries will receive penalties. So we are seeing penalties to this game mode, which is quite interesting. One additional bonus related to raising Snorlax will be selected at random every week. So an element of RNG, of course. Moving on, rewards you can get from Expert Mode. The amount of drowsy power required to see Pokemon's sleep style will greatly increase, but the amount of research EXP, dream shards, and Pokemon candies you get for researching each sleep style will also increase. You'll have an increased chance to encounter shiny Pokemon. Multiple Expert Mode exclusive weekly missions will be added, and finally, the kinds of Pokemon that appear on Greengrass Isle in Expert Mode can differ from those that normally appear on Greengrass Isle. So how do you play Expert Mode? You will need an Expert ticket to take on Expert Mode. You can exchange for Expert tickets at the Sleep Point exchanges. And lastly, the two notes at the very bottom. The following features are still in development and might differ from actual game features when implemented. And more details about Expert Mode are coming in a later update, so please stay tuned. So this is very exciting to see because I'm sure for a lot of you guys, you've probably reached that M20 objective for every island. So you guys are like pretty advanced players. You have a good solid knowledge of the game and how to make the most out of every berry and every ingredient. I will say I do like that you have to achieve Master 18 in order to unlock the Expert Mode. Right now I haven't achieved Master 20 on any of the islands. I almost did once for the Spring Festival on Cyan Beach, but I wasn't able to get to 20, but I was so close. But Master 18 is very achievable even without any preparation from my experience as a free-to-play player. So I do appreciate that this is a game mode that can be unlocked just naturally from playing the game, and you don't have to put too much effort into getting Master 18 as long as you just play the game naturally through its course. I didn't do anything special to reach Master 18 on Greengrass. I will say though that during the event periods, that is usually a great time to take advantage of the event bonuses so that you can reach higher rankings on each island. So with the upcoming event of the packed portions cooking, I forget, I might have mixed the words up. Before that new upcoming event, this is a great opportunity for those who have not yet reached Master 18 on Greengrass to revisit Greengrass and achieve that for yourself. That way, when the Expert Mode comes out, you can automatically unlock that. I know it's also been a topic of conversation in the community about whether or not new islands will close the gap on certain berries that haven't been a favorite berry typing, or once that does happen, what is it going to look like in the future? Are they going to include new islands and just mix and match the berries? So it seems like one of the remedies that they have thought of is to implement Expert Mode and just add in a sub-favorite berry update. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that's going to look and what the bonuses are for the Pokemon that collect the favorite berry typings of that week. And also very interesting to see what the penalties will be as well. Is it going to be like EXP penalties or energy penalties or a hit in frequency so they help out a little slower? While the positive bonuses may be like proccing their skills even more often, we will just have to wait and see. But there's just so much to this that they can do. And it's really exciting that we finally got a look into what new gameplay mode looks like. So one thing that does stick out to me when it comes to choosing Greengrass Isle for the first map they're doing this on is the fact that Greengrass Isle is the only map that is random when it comes to favorite berry typings. So if the main favorite and the sub favorites are both going to be random, there will be plenty of opportunities for you to team build for every type of Pokemon. Whereas in the other islands, because the berries are fixed, you are more inclined to use certain Pokemon at times. So synergy and stuff like that, you'll see that people have certain team comps that they prefer. And because of that, it may even influence what sort of islands they prefer to be on. The rewards of expert mode are very interesting as well. Increased chance of shinies. So great for shiny hunters who just want to come into this to just shiny hunt. On top of the added bonus of befriending badges, where you will also get an increase in encountering shiny Pokemon depending on the badge that you have for that Pokemon. And because the amount of drowsy power required to see certain sleep styles will be greatly increased, I think this is great for players who have already hit M20, because after you hit M20, what do you do after that? There's so much more potential, I feel, for people to get even more points. And it'll be very interesting to see what the drowsy power for some of you guys will be able to achieve once this game mode comes out. Boosted amounts of research, EXP, Dream Shards, and Pokemon Candy is really great as well. Because now that they lifted the cap for rank 60, even myself, I find it's like quite the grind to get to higher ranks. Like, so for example, like for myself, I was already maxed rank 60, but once they lifted that cap, the moment that happened, up until now, I forget how many weeks that is, I only 2 days ago reached rank 62. And hitting max rank is beneficial because dream shards, for example, the dream clusters that you get, when you redeem them, you get more dream shards the higher rank you are. So usually you want to save those until you're maxed rank to use those dream clusters. But on top of that, any surplus research EXP that doesn't get contributed to your rank because you're max gets converted into dream shards as well. So you get even more dream shards if you do expert mode and you're maxed rank. And those dream shards are going to be very important, especially in late game, once they increase the level limit for Pokemon. So this is just a very nice addition for seasoned players who are looking for more high level content. I wonder if the look and feel of expert mode on these islands are going to be any different from how they currently look. I think it would be nice to have like special decor or music once you enter expert mode, just to like really immerse yourself in the fact that it is expert mode. And this is just one more additional item in the sleep point exchange shop that you have to, you know, weigh out your options. Do you want the master biscuit? Do you want to buy all the poke biscuits? Do you want the main skill seed? Or do you want the expert mode ticket? I definitely am excited to try this out once it comes out. So that is pretty much everything about expert mode right now. We are just going to have to wait until later updates for them to come out with more information about this, but I am very excited. I'm sure a lot of people who are itching for high level content are super excited as well. And I'm just very excited to see how they're going to implement this. So far, I feel like the devs have done such a great job into making the game and making it enjoyable. So adding a high level content version to this is going to be pretty exciting, and it's just going to be so exciting to see the type of new content on YouTube when it comes to this high level gameplay as well. I'm very excited to see that on YouTube. So now that we have the expert mode out of the way, let's talk about the points that are to be updated in the upcoming version update. That was a lot of updates. So new features, preparation for a new event, the packed portions cooking week. So we already saw this in our previous video. There are also some balance adjustments, so adjustments to Pokemon sleep style, appearance rates. 3-star sleep styles that can be seen during sleep research in all areas will be a little more likely to appear. So for those of you who are still working on your research goals, you will be able to easily uncover new sleep styles sooner rather than later and hit your sleep style dex objectives and unlock new maps, which is great to see. Addition of 3-star sleep styles that can be discovered on Greengrass Isle. We will add multiple 3-star Pokemon sleep styles to the sleep styles that can be seen during the sleep research on Greengrass Isle. I don't have too much thoughts on this, so yeah, that's that. Adjustments to carry limit of evolved Pokemon you befriended. The carry limit increase that Pokemon receive when you evolve them will now also apply to evolved Pokemon you befriended. Wow, this is actually really good because before, especially with ingredient or skill type Pokemon, you lose out on the carry limit increase if you catch them not at base evolution. So now it's less of a penalty to do so because befriending evolved Pokemon will get the carry limit as if you've evolved them. So that is actually really great to see. Although they still miss out on the main skill level, so there is that to consider. If it is a skill specialty Pokemon, you might want to consider still catching it at a base evolution, but for ingredient Pokemon, depending on the main skill that they have, you can get away now with catching them at a evolved state. So this is an example. So if you had a Raticate that you evolved into a Rattata, there's going to be no changes to that because you evolved it. They already benefited from the carry limit increase. But if you had a Raticate that you caught as a Raticate, their carry limit is at 16, but it's now going to be bumped to 21 as if you had evolved it. So I think I have a shiny Raticate, so it's nice to see that they're going to get that carry limit love onto them. Adjustments to certain helper Pokemon's helping stats. So the Pokemon are Butterfree, Dodrio, and Altaria. The frequency for these Pokemon will be slightly shortened. And these are berry specialty Pokemon, I believe. And let's look at the other section. When you try to make a dish but do not have enough of the required ingredients, recipe details will be displayed and you'll see how many of the ingredients you're currently holding. I think this is a great quality of life thing because a lot of times when I'm trying to make a dish and I can't make it, I have to go all the way out and then go into the little pot, check my dish and see how many ingredients are missing. So now I don't have to go through all those screens. I can just see from the cooking screen and see how many ingredients I'm currently holding. So I'm very happy about that quality of life. Adjustments made to the number of sleep styles Snorlax ratings display. The sleep style numbers displayed will now exclude sleep styles that only appear when Pokemon Incense is used. This did not affect me. I was actually not even aware this was a thing, but great to see that happen. And that pretty much is it when it comes to the maintenance and version update 2.9.0 that is coming. And this will be happening on June 5th. We covered quite a bit of stuff. The expert mode thing is like super exciting. I would love to hear what you guys have to say or any thoughts that you have when it comes to the introduction of expert mode. What are your hopes for it? What are your fears for it? And are you one of those players who have already reached M20 on every map and this high level content is super exciting to you? Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I've been trying to get this piece of hair to behave, but it does not want to stick with the rest. That's annoying.